Hey, Malcolm here from Dancing Bee. I'm just going to wrap and feed a couple hives here today, and I got two hives here that I'll look at and talk about. So two different hives because this hive is a bit weaker and a bit lighter, so I'm going to treat it differently than this one. But first, to get into working on this hive here, we'll start with a little smoke. Crack the inner cover. And you can see inside here that this is a bit of a weaker hive I have, and I've been putting pollen patties on and they're working away on it. But they're really only taking up half of the bees are only taking up half the box. And if you get a sense of their weight, when I just lift them, they got a little bit of weight, but they can certainly use a bit more feed. So today I'm going to be putting one of our feeders on them. Let's just get some of my straw out of here. And so there's a bit of a gap here, so I'm not going to crush any bees, and the pollen patty can still fit underneath. I'm going to put my top feeder on. And I've mixed up some sugar water as well. So I'll fill the whole inside of our top feeder with sugar water. And you can see I'm filling it right up to almost the ledge. And then the bees will be able to walk up here and then drink from the sugar water. But this little piece here is going to keep the bees from getting access to the whole sugar water and really drowning in it. So I'll put that piece back on. And on my inner cover here, I got some bees that are stragglers, so I'm just gonna, so they're not getting into their feeder, tap them off into the front entrance, and I can put my inner cover back on. So that'll be able to give those guys a lot of feed and bring them up to weight, and give them a lot of stores to overwinter. And I'm not going to wrap them today because as long as they have that feeder, I'll plan on coming back in a week or two when their feeder's empty, take the feeder off, and then put their winter wrap on them. Whereas this hive over here is a bit stronger and further along, so even when you get a sense for its weight, it's much heavier than that hive. And so you open it up, kind of a chilly day, so a lot of the bees are clustering down, but they've eaten over double the amount of their pollen patty that these guys have, and they got a good weight to them, so I'm going to wrap them up today. But when I do lift them up, I feel like they could be have a bit more weight. So I'm going to put a sugar rim on them for the winter. So I'll explain what I'm doing with my sugar rim as I'm going. But I put this rim on, it gives me a bit of extra space to work with. And inside my rim, I'll lay down some newspaper. The wind's working against me, so I gotta weigh it down with my hive tool. Just grab my bag of sugar here. Now your bees are gonna, if you want to get your bees, give them a lot of feed, it's best to do it in the liquid form, because the bees aren't going to be, they can drink down the liquid and take the liquid sugar down very easily, but in the solid form they have a very hard time processing and eating solid, the granular sugar. So they do need a little moisture with it, but why this works is throughout the winter the heat from the hive rises and creates this condensation rising up and making the sugar on top of them. It absorbs the moisture from the hive. It makes it just damp enough that it becomes soft and the bees can go up and chew it down. So the bees won't be able to chew this sugar down or take this sugar down very quickly, but over the course of the next couple months, they'll be able to eat away at it. So I'll just put in a good amount of sugar here. Gotta spread it out nice and evenly. And I'll also lay down some newspaper just on top of it as well. newspaper looks like it's blowing away. It's starting to blow away on me. That's okay. And another nice thing with a sugar rim is it does also provide you with this upper entrance. So even though if you have an inner cover with an upper entrance on it, the rim also has an upper entrance, so it allows for some condensation to escape through there, keep the hive relatively dry throughout the winter, and the bees can use that entrance to come and go. I'll put my inner cover on. Now these guys are ready to get wrapped, because I'm going to leave this sugar rim on for the whole winter. So I'm going to also wrap them today. I got 2 wraps with me. We have our, this is the Hogan wrap. We also have the Knot Apiary Bee Cozy wrap. And I have a bee dry. But the bee dries I have with me are singles. So because I got working with a double here, I'm going to use the Hogan wrap today. But all of our wraps work the same way, so they just slide right over nice and easy. Slides right down over the hive. And the bee dry has a pillow that I would put on top if I was to use the bee dry. Because the bee dry works the same way. You just open this up and it slides right over top of your hive. But we also have these other types of pillows, and this just provides the hive with a little top insulation. Now I can put my top back on. I usually like to weigh it down with a rock, just because in spots where you're at the edge of a field, we can usually get a lot of wind cutting through. And if any of my lids ever blew off over the winter, I wouldn't be around to see it for the next couple months. So I really like to make sure that this lid's going to stay on good and tight. So I like to always weigh it down with something. And that's how I wrap my hives to get ready for the winter.